Okay, so I say this mostly for women, but it applies for everybody, right? But mostly for women because we can't fight man. But anyways, um, number one, you need to be aware of your surroundings. You need to see what's going on around you and think of ways you could escape. Right? That is me. Call me paranoid? Yes, I've been called paranoid multiple times. I do not care. I prefer be the paranoid one that lives to tell the tale than just going with the flow and be like, everything is okay and end up a victim. Nope, not this one. I will stay being paranoid. But anyways, I'm gonna walk. And I get more than one occasions where something happened and my paranoid ass is what saved me or my mouth. Okay? So most recent one. In the pharmacy because cool. When trying to bring them cool, and when trying to bring them cool, everybody gets the cool. Yay. Anyways, so in the pharmacy, I had two people, two men, right? One with bald head and next one with plaits. Two of them big, tall, you know, healthy looking men, right? So you order the popcorn, he go and buy the cash and he bought it. I had two cashes. So it have one, like see the one on top is the one where the pharmacist and I have the prescribed drugs and thing on top there where it is in where you can't get them thing just so you had a prescription. I have a cashier there. Yes, I had a cashier there. And I had a next one on the other side, another cashier. Where it's just a normal cashier, you can just go there and cash whatever it is to pick up in the pharmacy because you know pharmacy nowadays like a freaking grocery store. But anyways, get inside chat. So yeah, one cashier, next cashier. So I was in the lane. The one with the plats was telling me something. I don't know. I just he was smiling. I just like yeah, smile. I get the young away. I thinking that on the social cue. I smile. I turn around. I ain't ready to get no current. Whatever it is you were saying because I really wasn't taking on. I ain't answer you. I just like yeah, get the young away. That social cue should tell you. All right, I said that on the yeah. All right, cool. Go and buy the cashier now. I go and buy the cashier on top. He friend go and buy the next cashier. Right? So I go and buy the cashier on top there. He's next to me. Not behind me to say he in the line. He's next to me. I said, okay, I watching him. You watch a man smiling and I watching him like and he watch a man smiling. I proceed to go up to buy the cashier because somebody was by the cashier first before I went, right? So when I go on up by the cashier, you come still next to me. And I like, you okay? Yeah, me, I okay, I good, you okay? I still know you gave me weird vibes. And continue to cash. And when me now you gave me weird vibes. I say you gave me weird vibes, I feel uncomfortable. You watching me smiling, smiling, smiling. I don't know what's going on again, weird vibes. Yeah, mom, me fucking head shaking now. So I finished cash. I said, my fucking head shaking. And I started back. Black person. I said, my fucking head shaking. I said, I never fucking disrespect you. Take your fucking time. I saw people and I make a whole scene. I was talking very loud. But while I was talking loud, I was backing back, making my way to the exits, close to where the security guard was too. Right? I watch the security guard. I watch him and I still cussing. The security guard just watch me. He watch him and he ain't say nothing. He do nothing. I think he was going to say, me hell fucking no. But what I do know is that I make a scene. And while I make the scene, you know where the man stay? By the cashier. First me and I making my way to the exit. Right? So sometimes it is not right to escalate a violent situation. I agree that. I totally agree that. However, in situations like that, in my opinion, when you feel uncomfortable with a man or somebody who looks stronger than you in a public setting, make a scene. Because if it is there was a predator and they looking to kidnap you or whatever, they don't want people to know that them is the one who do it. So when you make a scene and you start to cuss and carry on and whatever, they just tend to leave you alone. Right? And then the first time I cuss and somebody backpedal or back off or whatever, at time I was Pennywise. Right. This man following me. I said, what not you? Said nothing, it's just so nice. I was like, okay then. And I walk off. Still following me. I said, what's the problem? No, you're very nice. I said, listen. I said again, look. I said, listen to me. I know the best thing out here for you to be getting on like this. So whatever it is they plan to fucking do, change your mind. And I go on look. After I cuss and get on, so then he leave my alone. Right? So what is this? What is this kind of behavior? I don't know more social cues. They get smile back. You realize they ain't getting no current day. You're just being polite. You walk the fuck on and move on. That is predator behavior. Again, like it, either you wanna rob me take whatever little change I have. You understand? Take my little cell phone. Or you probably want to go to my organs. My organs working, I know. I appreciate it working. So, I could be wrong. Some when I'm a cook, I say, nah, you probably are just shocking me. I was like, that was more than a track. Me going through that. My vibes doesn't vibes and it was my spider senses was tingling. At times when I was going to school, I was going Berman Junior Sec. Everybody knows Berman Junior Sec uniform back then. I don't know what it is now. But back then it had the yellow shirt, I had a blue shirt, I had a bright yellow shirt with the plaid skirts. Right? So you know I was Berman Junior Sec. And Berman Junior Sec was Form 1 to Form 3 at the time. So you know I had to be in a certain age group, right? So I walk in, some construction fella, man, whoever, I don't know, but he was walking. Tracking me, and I wasn't taking him out. I was walking off. Cause passing in from by the time because everybody you know when they're going to school by month, everybody walking up. Right? Passing in from by wherever the construction thing was, tracking. I ain't taking them because saying heads, Bellman, heads, I ain't taking them. But you hold my hand. Who tell you hold my hand? I turned on and I said across. I said, who the fuck gave you permission to touch me? The fuck is you? I said across. I turned on and see a woman watching me. She like, and then when I turned back around, disappear. He disappear. Why you disappear? You disappear for what you doing was wrong? You disappear for. So we weapon use your mouth, use it. However, use it smartly, okay? Not all men like to get cussed and embarrassed. So make sure you can either penalty kill get running and you're not in firing range. Make sure you know you're not in the distance where you take a penalty off and I can behind you. Don't go up in nobody's face. Cause something, but make sure you do it from a distance. That's what I say. And please, people, be aware of your surroundings. Look at what's going on around here. Have wicked people out here. And apart from wicked people, there are desperate people out here. Times hard. Times is hard. Understand? So, be aware of your surroundings. And don't always be fed up. See someone I'm younger than them. The eye all up in the phone. Come on, man. Be aware of what's going on here. Anyways, bye.